A souk or souk is an open-air marketplace or commercial quarter in Western Asian and North African cities. The equivalent Persian term is bazaar. Etymology: the spelling souk entered European languages through French probably during the French occupation of the Berber countries Morocco, Algeria, and Tunisia in the 19th or 20th centuries. Thus, the word souk most likely refers to Berber, North African traditional markets. Other spellings of this word involving the letter Q were likely developed using English and thus refer to Western Asian, Arab traditional markets, as British colonialism was present there during the 19th and 20th centuries. In modern Standard Arabic, the term al-Souq refers to markets in both the physical sense and the abstract economic sense. As in markets generally, prices are commonly set by bargaining between buyers and sellers. The term is often used to designate the market in any Western Asian city, but may also be used in Western cities, particularly those with a Muslim community. History: a souk was originally an open-air marketplace. Historically, souks were held outside cities at locations where incoming caravans stopped and merchants displayed their goods for sale. Souks formed whenever a caravan or caravans arrived. Since this might be infrequent, souks often extended beyond buying and selling goods to include major festivals involving various cultural and social activities. Any souk might serve a social function by being a place to meet, in addition to its commercial function. Later, due to the importance of marketplaces and the growth of cities, the major locations of souks shifted to urban centers. In tribal areas, neutrality from tribal conflicts was usually declared for the period of operation of a souk to permit the unhampered exchange of surplus goods. Types: souks. Souq Waqif in Doha, Qatar. Morocco, city of Essaouira. Souks in Tunis. Souq El Mashir Street, Tripoli. A Syrian man wearing traditional cloths serving licorice juice in Homs market. The traditional tagine clay pot, used to cook tagina. Souks in Marrakesh. Souks of Marrakesh. Seasonal. A seasonal souk is held at a set time that might be yearly, monthly or weekly. The oldest souks were set up annually, and were typically general festivals held outside cities. For example, Souq Uqad was held yearly in pre-Islamic times in an area between Mecca and Taif during the sacred month of Dhu al-Qa'dah. While a busy market, it was more famous for its poetry competitions, judged by prominent poets such as Al-Kansar and Al-Nabaga. An example of an Islamic annual souk is Al-Murbad just outside Basra, also famed for its poetry competitions in addition to its storytelling activities. Changes in political, economic and social styles have left only the small seasonal souks outside villages and small towns, primarily selling livestock and agricultural products. Weekly markets have continued to function throughout the Arab world. Most of them are named from the day of the week on which they are held. They usually have open spaces specifically designated for their use inside cities. Examples of surviving markets are the Wednesday Market in Amman that specializes in the sale of used products. The Ghazal Market held every Friday in Baghdad specializing in pets. The Fina Market in Marrakesh offers performance acts such as singing, music, acrobats and circus activities. Permanent. These are more common but less famous as they focus on commercial activity, not entertainment. Until the Umayyad era, permanent souks were merely an open space where merchants would bring in their movable stalls during the day and remove them at night. No one had a right to specific pitch and it was usually first come first served. During the Umayyad era, the government started leasing, and then selling, sites to merchants. Merchants then built shops on their sites to store their goods at night. Finally, the area comprising a souk might be roofed over. With its long and narrow alleys, Al-Madina Souk is the largest covered historic market in the world, with an approximate length of 13 kilometers. Al-Madina Souk is part of the ancient city of Aleppo, a UNESCO World Heritage Site since 1986. Souq al-Medina in Aleppo, Syria. Souq in Jerusalem by night. Spice Market, Marrakesh. Oasis 8 Souq. Covered souks in Bur Dubai. Souq Tripoli, Marrakesh. Souq in Rabat, Morocco. Organization. Souks are traditionally divided into specialized sections dealing in specific types of product. In the case of permanent souks, each usually housed in a few narrow streets are named after the product it specializes in, such as the gold souk, the fabric souk, the spice souk, the leather souk, the copy souk, etc. This promotes competition among sellers and helps buyers easily compare prices. At the same time, the whole assembly is collectively called a souk. Some of the prominent examples are Souq al-Melh in Sana'a, Manama Souq in Bahrain, Bizuria Souq in Damascus, Sarai Souq in Baghdad, Khan al-Zayt in Jerusalem, and Zankurt al-Nizwan in Alexandria. Though each neighborhood within the city would have a local souk selling food and other essentials, the main souk was one of the central structures of a large city, selling durable goods, luxuries and providing services such as money exchange. Workshops where goods for sale are produced are typically located away from the souk itself. The souk was a level of municipal administration. The mutajib was responsible for supervising business practices and collecting taxes for a given souk, while the arif are the overseers for a specific trade.